for the 1966 Ford Mustang. We have Butter Girl chewing on a jar of peanut butter, and we have the back part of the back seat and the butt part of the butt back seat. Goodness. And we will be reupholstering them today. And I can show you the kit I have from CJ Pony Parts and then the supplies I purchased from Joann Fabric, and list them in the description so you can replicate. If it all works out, you'll know what to buy, and if it doesn't at the end of this video, then you'll know what not to buy. So let's take a look at that stuff. Keep you posted, but gonna try to rip the seat apart and see what we're working with. Okay, quick update. I have removed all of the fun stuffing from the seat frames, so that's there. Pro tip, put a tarp down because then it might make cleanup easier. I haven't gotten to that step, but I think it'll be easier. I saved some parts. You can see the like wire boning. There's one under this frame too, and it's moving and the light's messed up. You can see it sticking out right there, but I saved those because I wasn't sure if I was going to need it for something. I looked at my kit once, but I didn't really pay close enough attention to know if I need that or not, so figured don't throw it away. One thing on this one that I will probably get Miles's help tomorrow is this is not supposed to be free as it is. You can see it's crinkled pretty good over there. So we're gonna try to figure this out, maybe weld it, do some repairs so that it is worthy to go back into the car. So that's where I'm at. Gonna clean up, call it a night for these, but got these ones taken off, and we'll probably do an install on these with the new foam and vinyl tomorrow before I rip apart the other one. That way, if I need to look at anything, it's still put together and I can use it as a reference point. But that's it. And the box just holds the hog ties, hog clamps, whatever they're called, so that I don't step on them when we don't get them stuck into a tire. Okay everyone, we are back in the garage working on the 1966 Ford Mustang seats. I hope you can hear me over the roaring fire and draining fluid. But I will give you a breakdown of what we did. So I will try to post a video, or goodness, I will try to post a picture of where we were for before so you can remember what it looked like. But basically, each of the kind of shiny spots you see left or where paint's drying, looks like they're actually pretty dry, but I'll go around and show you where we made some support welds and braced it. There were these gold pieces every place where it was broken, so some sort of solder or I don't know, weld something from whoever replaced it or repaired it, I should say, before us. But basically, the bottom, this is the bottom of the driver's seat. It was in pretty rough shape, and we did our pro tip of taking some cardboard, cutting out a template. So this was for this area right here, and you can see where Miles welded in this support bracket, and we painted it so that it won't rust. Hopefully it doesn't rust anyways because it's inside of the car, but you never know, just be safe. And then you can see he made some support welds here. We didn't need the bracket on this side because it wasn't completely broken. Here, this one was broken straight across right there. And then you can see some of the support welds he put in here. There's also an extra piece right here that he welded in from some of the scraps because I will need that to hog tie. So need that circle there. And then you can see he also did some support welds at the front because these were also not connected in these areas. So painted her up so it's not bare metal, and going to get started on putting the foam on it. Also had my reference piece over here, which was really helpful in seeing how the bottom of the brackets should look here, because they were pretty bent up, but we should be in good shape now. Going to start putting the foam on the frame for the 1966 Mustang. I did get a CJ Pony Parts kit, so I have the pliers, that's upside down, and the hog rings. So this is the information. I think you can buy it separately if you don't buy the whole interior kit. We have our helper here, and we are going to get started. First step is going to be placing the foam on and trying to get the frame bracket into the foam all the way around. So going to do that first. Don't mind the fingerprints. Miles was touching the foam. Ford Mustang. We have Butter Girl chewing on jar peanut butter, and we have the back part of the back seat and the butt part of the butt back seat. Goodness. And we will be reupholstering them today. So I did some research across a few forums, and the best advice that somebody left there was that you can go to a local fabric store on the cheap, get some cotton kind of matting and burlap and some foam to replace the insides of the rear seat in the Mustang. There's a kit I found on one forum, but it was like $270, and I purchased everything from Joann fabric for I think $75-ish. I have 2 foot of foam, some cotton padding, and then some burlap, and I can show you that next. But we're going to try replacing the 2 seat parts for the back seat, and I can show you the kit I have from CJ Pony Parts and then the supplies I purchased from Joann Fabric, and list them in the description so you can replicate. If it all works out, you'll know what to buy, and if it doesn't at the end of this video, then you'll know what not to buy. So let's take a look at that stuff. Okay, so as I mentioned across this series, I did purchase an interior kit from CJ Pony Parts. You can see these are the skins for the rear seat. So the kit does come with this. And then for the front seat, which I can link that video to this one, it does come with the foam, the back pad, and then the skins as well. But this rear seat doesn't come with any replacement cotton or foam, and as I told you, I didn't want to spend close to $300 for the back seat that hopefully I'm always in the front driving or in the passenger getting driven around. But you can see the old burlap, and then we have some foam pieces, and then you can see the cotton here, but no sense in leaving the old stinky cruddy stuff if we're going to replace the skins. Might as well do the whole thing. So Butter Dog is investigating. Here is the foam that I purchased. I believe it's an inch thick and it's 2 feet by 4 feet maybe? I'll double check. And then here is the cotton that you can see, super soft. So we'll be replacing this. And then I have the burlap to wrap it all up. I got 4 yards of this. Hopefully it'll be enough across the back butt part and the back part. So I have my trusty assistant here to help me out, and I have my trash bag for all the gross stuff that we will be putting in there. So we're gonna get to it. Okay, so we've taken off the skin of the seat frame. Okay, so we took the original skin off of the seat. Miles had a really great pro tip. where he used an angle grinder to cut through the hog ties, so we were able to remove it very quickly. And you can see I have now the frame is underneath. We have a sheet of burlap, and then we've doubled up on the cotton padding. It kind of all falls apart, but you can kind of see the 2 layers here. So it feels pretty cushy. What we're gonna do right now is put the new skin over the seat, lay a new cloth on top of the tarp, flip it over, and then try to hog tie it. And this is the right way?
I believe so.
Where's the frame?
I mean, with what I wrote, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
So we just gotta kind of.
You want to start on your side?
Sure.
And then another pro tip that we were just discussing, we looked at the fabric from the last one, and this kind of triangle was what we marked. And on the actual frame bracket, Miles used a silver Sharpie to mark it, so we knew how to put the skin on the right way. In some of the videos, they used foam on the edges. You can see I didn't. We thought maybe it would be too thick, so might be returning that or might be using it on the other side. We will see.
Do you have yours over the corner?
Almost.
I've got mine enough to be able to flip it, and then we'll obviously have to pull.
I might want to pull this one a little bit.
Well, we'll be pulling when we hog tie, but okay, this is not. Girl, I think it's. You need to pull it over this, I think.
All the way over that? Okay, so then we need more cotton back there?
No, I really don't think so. I just. That's why I don't want to go too crazy with foam and everything.
Okay, so that's where...
Yeah, no, I think that's enough to just like flip it over though.
Okay, so then I'll pull
Yeah,
it.
and
I'll
this
hold
is
it
right
up.
where these should be. You want me to get the sheet?
Yes, please. Oh, we're falling apart.
Yeah, careful.
No! Oh my gosh, Plier. No.
All over.
You're making a mess. Don't eat the cotton.
Just chaotic with this dog. And it's hot. Okay. Butter.
So we have done the seat. Let's see, this is what it looks like, pretty good. And we've gone around and you can see where we've hog tied. It always says to loosely hog tie this, I don't know, plastic guide, channel, whatever you want to call it. But we've gone around and I think it's pretty secure. This one we didn't do. We couldn't stretch it up to these original 3 sections, but we're thinking it should probably work itself out because this is the back of the seat, so that will be lying flat against something, so it should be able to push it up. So this is it. We're going to move on to the butt side of the other one. So 1 down, 1 to go. We just finished the butt part of the back seat. This one was more challenging than the back of the back seat or either part of the front seats. Definitely had to pull to get to all of the spots where you're supposed to hog tie. Let's see, you can see it is a little tight and like, I don't know, creating some ruching, if you will, around here, but hopeful you won't be able to see it. And also, this is the first time doing this, so it's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect, but this is what she looks like. I will say, as far as a pro tip, this back side, you don't need any foam wrapping under it. So we had the foam line up right exactly with the bar, I would say, and pushed a lot more of the foam around on this side. when you do get to these back sections, you can take all of the foam. It's going to be like a triangle, because if you think this isn't a perfect square, it's kind of like a rhombus maybe. But you take all of the extra foam here, and we were just kind of like, you are right where I'm trying to be. Okay, so this corner. So we took all of the cotton and just kind of pulled it off to shove it back up in here, and just kind of like worked it around. And then Miles would be between the seat and the cotton and pushing it and working it down. And then we would try to sit on the frame to squish it a little bit and pull this over, because there are a few spots where it is pretty tight. There's a spot up here where we weren't able to get the middle one. I just felt a little uncomfortable. It seemed like it was going to pull it too tight. I don't like the hog ties anyways, because you do have to, rip into the leather that you just paid, good money for. So it is a little heart-wrenching every time you put in a hog tie, but if you're used to that, then it's not a problem, I guess. But here we go. So now we're going to see if I can find any of the bolts, because I don't think the seats were actually bolted in when we first got the car. I think they were just laying in the back. So we're going to look around for those and try to install these into the back seat. And I have new seat belts, so we'll try to install those as well. So we'll check back in a little bit. We just finished the passenger front seat. It looks quite dirty, and that's because it is. There's some sort of glue or residue, and then putting it onto the sheet and the tarp, it just picked up all of the residue. So I'm gonna try to clean that off. We'll probably save it for tomorrow. I also lost a cotter pin, so I used one from a Harbor Freight kit. Seats are looking good, almost finished. We have to put the side chrome piece on, and then the stopper bolt that goes in the back. I don't know which side it goes on, to be honest. I think door side for each of the seats. So I guess the exterior part of it. But we will work on that tomorrow and then try to bolt them into the car. We also finished the rear seat. So we have that placed in the car right now, and we'll get a clip of that tomorrow so that you guys can see that. I did not need the foam from Joann fabric, and 4 yards of burlap is way too much. So, I mean, 2 would probably do it, a yard for each of the seats, but wanted to make sure I had extra instead of running out. So that's it.